Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Monday the 19th of May. Here's your halacha. You know that Lag BaOmer has passed now, and those people who were keeping the first part of the sadness of Sfiras HaOmer are now celebrating with weddings, music, haircuts, etc. And I'll be a bit of a party pooper saying this law, but to those of you who are now, including me, who are now finished with the sad part of Sira, I need to tell you that all Jews never really have simcha to the ultimate degree, have happiness to the ultimate degree, even as tragedies pass behind us. And that's because our third temple is not yet built. And while we are still in existence without our temple, we can never reach our full state of happiness. So yes, for those of us who have finished the 33 days of sadness, we are allowed to listen to music. But there's always going to be a small constraint on the top level of our happiness throughout the rest of our lives until very speedily when the third temple is rebuilt. That's what the halacha is. The rabbis had at one point considered not allowing music ever after the temple was destroyed, but they knew that that would be too difficult for the Jewish people to bear, and so they said we could listen to music. But you see, the rationale and the feeling here is that we'll be happy, but something's missing, and that's the way it always has to be. And there are laws that are applicable because of this. For example, if a lady owns 35 pieces of jewelry, it's never appropriate to put on all 35 pieces at the same time, because that would just show, like with reckless abandon, that I'm celebrating as much as a person can possibly celebrate, and we always constrain our celebration a little bit because our temple is not here. When laughing, we're never supposed to laugh until like the absolute lose control laughter, because we can't allow ourselves to get to that point while the temple is not here. Many people don't allow live music to be played at weddings when it's inside of the walled city in such close proximity to the destruction site of the temple. It's for that reason, of course, that we break a glass at a wedding. We say, Im lo ala es Yerushalayim al rosh simchasi. If I don't put Yerushalayim at the head of my simcha, how could I say Mazel Tov? Well, we break a glass, we remind ourselves of the sadness, and then we can say Mazel Tov. We can't really have our full happiness or ever have full happiness until we first say, I'm missing Yerushalayim. That's why we'll sing Im Eshkachech. That's why people will say Im Eshkachech. If I were to forget Jerusalem, then I wouldn't really be deserving of any happiness. And that's why we do things like that. Incidentally, a very strange custom has developed because of that, and that is when people hear of glass break anywhere, they scream Mazel Tov. That's just, I think it grew out of the fact that at weddings they hear a glass break, and that's when they scream Mazel Tov. So I think as an aberration of that, people scream Mazel Tov when they hear a glass break randomly at any old time, but I don't think that's a halacha. The halacha is that we break a glass at the chuppah, and then we're ready to say Mazel Tov after having remembered the destruction of the temple. A little bit of ashes is actually placed on the head of the chassan, the groom, before he walks down to his chuppah, because he has to remember, I can't really fully celebrate even on the day of my wedding, even as I walk down to my chuppah, because we don't have the temple. So you get the point. Yes, we're happy, and yes, we've put the sadness behind us if we are the ones who have finished the sad part of the Sfiras HaOmer, the first 33 days. But a Jew never celebrates to the ultimate degree based on some of these halachas and other things like that, and that's because we don't have the third temple yet. Those building a new house, for example, as one last one, will leave one amma by one amma, one cubit by one cubit unfinished, sometimes at the front doorway of their house just as they come in, and that's because, again, they want to say, I can't even fully remodel my house, my new house, until the third temple is rebuilt. So please always bear that in mind. We always have to put Yerushalayim at the head of all of our simcha, as the Torah tells us. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.